Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, it's GinA. It's 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning. I'm just wondering if you could bring Aria to come see me, please, sometime soon. I've left you messages on Skype and you've not responded. You've not had communications with me in several days, actually. So I'm actually trying to figure out if you actually want to have a peaceful relationship with me, because I can't do it myself. So here we go, back at the beginning again. Ball's in your court. Please holler. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, leave a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Dave, it's GinA. It's Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. I've been trying to get a hold of Mom to see if she'll bring Aria to come see me, and I don't know what's going on with her, but she's refusing to talk with me again. So I really don't know what your wife's issues are with her daughter, but they need to stop. I don't see how she can demand to see my daughter when she refuses to see her own, and refuses to allow me to see my granddaughter when she demands to see her granddaughter. So I really don't know how Alice can play the situation in both directions, but she's pissing Karma off, and I feel sad for her because she's fucking up her relationship with her daughter and her granddaughter and her great-granddaughter, and it's going to come and bite her in the ass. So please talk with your wife. I would really appreciate your assistance. Thank you, David. Love you. Bye.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
So I see you just signed off Skype after I left my messages, so and after I called, so you are there. You have heard my message, and the only conclusion that I can come to as a reasonable, logical, intelligent person is that my mother has no interest in having communication with me, and that she knowingly and willingly is standing between my relationship with me and my granddaughter and my daughter. So unless Alice Rayfuse wants to be known as a different kind of person, then she needs to change her behaviors, because Karma is pissed and Karma is going to find her. I have nothing to do with that. I'm just simply sitting back and observing what Alice is doing, and I have no control over Karma. She has her own mind, and she will do what she does. It's too bad, too, because we could have something great if Alice would just grow up.
Hi, this is Officer Drouin with the Augusta Police Department. I'm here with your daughter, Jenna, right now. I just read the text message that she sent you and that you responded to. At this time, she does not want to have any contact with you. If you could please stop contacting her. You are being warned for harassment at this time. Any further contact could result in a criminal summons. Bye.
End of message.
Ma'am, you're on the phone with Officer Drouin.
Officer Drouin, okay.
Yes.
Hi, this is Gina Turcotte.
Hi.
Hi. Were you the officer who just called and left a message on my phone?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for calling. Would you please order my daughter to gather my items that she has that belong to me, which was the last 2 messages that I sent to her was asking her to return my items. And if she no longer wants to have contact with me, then there is no reason for her to possess my items. And as I told her, if she wants to move forward with harassment charges, then I believe theft charges would be in order as well against her,
Okay.
which is what I don't want to do. She has 2 portable DVD players of mine, which are valued at least $50 a piece. I know.
How did she get these DVD players?
Excuse me?
How did she get them?
I let her borrow them from my granddaughter.
If you're letting someone borrow something, it's not theft.
I've asked her to return them. and she refused.
I understand that, but it's not theft. It's a civil
I am
matter.
telling her, I am giving you information now. I have asked her previous to today to return them. She has not. That is theft. I have relinquished her receiving them. I've relinquished my loaning them to her. I've asked her to return them. I am no longer loaning them to her. I am now considering them to be stolen.
Ma'am, that's not how the law works.
I understand how the law works. I work in law, ma'am. I've worked in law for 25 years, so please.
They take something without your permission. She didn't take it without your permission.
I am asking you, I am telling you that I no longer wish for her to have them. They do belong to me. I did not give them to her.
Okay, that's a civil matter that you'll have to sue her for in small
And so isn't harassment. I have not harassed her. This is a family matter. This is a family matter. Theft is also a criminal matter as well as harassment, alleged harassment.
She is not committing theft.
I am not committing harassment. I am her mother.
Yes, you are, because she asked you to stop contacting
And
her.
I have asked her to return my items. So you cannot play the law in one direction and not the same other direction, ma'am. I know the law. I've worked in law for 25 years. Please don't patronize me. And by the way, this call is... Excuse me?
What is the definition of theft?
Would you like me to tell you what the definition of theft is?
Yes, I would.
Okay, let's see. I'll pull up Title 17A.
It's going to be Statute 353.1. Are you still there?
A person is guilty of theft if a person obtains or exercises unauthorized control over a property of another with intent to deprive the other person of the property. First of all, I have told her she no longer has permission to exercise control. I have told her, I have given her proper notice that she no longer has authority to control my property. I am now telling her she no longer has authorization to control my property. It is my property. She is now under orders to return my property. She knows what she... Excuse me?
What's the title of that statute?
17A 353.
Yes,
Maine Revised Statutes, excuse me?
It's theft by unauthorized taking or transfer.
Yes.
She was not unauthorized when she became in possession of that property.
I am now telling you she is now unauthorized. Borrowing is not, borrowing is not possession permanent. Borrowing is loaning. There is a difference. And she knew...
If you guys come into agreement, it is a civil matter.
Officer, do not patronize me.
I'm not. I'm explaining the law to you.
I know the law, ma'am. I've worked in law. I work in law now. As we speak, I work in law. I know the statutes. Would you like to, why don't you, are you familiar with Title 17, subsection 2931, interference with constitutional rights? That's right. It's called interference with constitutional rights. Anybody, any person who interferes with the constitutional rights of another person is guilty of the violation of Title 17, 2931. Look it up, officer.
Who's interfering with whose rights?
You are right now.
What right am I interfering with?
My right to possess my personal property.
That's not a constitutional right.
It certainly is. It is the core of...
What article of the Constitution is that in?
Excuse me?
What article of the Constitution is that in?
Why don't you tell me? You're the one that knows the law.
I'm telling you it's not.
What article?
I'm telling you it's not in the Constitution.
Which one? The 1820 or the 2003? The 1820 original Constitution or the 2003 amended Constitution that was amended without the people's approval and without voting?
All right. I'm not going to debate politics with you.
Well, you did. You
Okay,
started
I enforce
it.
Maine law.
You started
That
it.
is not theft.
You told me
because
that I
guys
was
entered into a
subject.
civil agreement.
You told me that I was subject to criminal prosecution for harassment, and I told you that I want my daughter to return my items that were being borrowed that she no longer has authority to possess, and you said that was a civil matter.
That is not a criminal issue.
Well, at this point, ma'am, none of it's a criminal matter. All of it is a family matter. She is my daughter. I am her mother. I have not harassed her. I have not committed a crime. I have not been offensive. You saw the communications to and from. You are acting as a civil servant, somebody who I pay your salary for, and I would appreciate if you would uphold my rights as well as my daughter's. I will not
all of your rights.
Not right now, you're not.
Which rights have I not upheld?
My right to possess my personal property.
And what part of the United States Constitution guarantees you that right? Or the Maine State Constitution?
Why don't you tell me? You're the one telling me I have
because
no
it's
right
not
to
there.
You're telling
you something that doesn't exist.
You're telling me that I have no right to possess my personal property?
When you loan it out to somebody else, you're entering into a civil agreement.
And that
agreement
agreement is only good. That agreement is only good until the giver relinquishes the giving, which I just did.
That is not how theft works. That's a civil
Yes,
issue.
actually it is. When you loan somebody your car and you say, give my car back, and they say no, what do you do? Do you call the cops? No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, 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 no. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter what size or what the value is. When you loan somebody something and you say, give it back, and they say no, it turns into theft.
It's not theft. You loan it to them.
Okay, Officer Drouin, according under the law in Maine, the one-party rule about recording, I'm letting you know now that we have been recorded. Everything you've said is public record. It will be uploaded to YouTube. Your ignorance of the law will be splashed all over YouTube. This is a family matter. It is a civil matter, okay? I will leave my daughter alone. Please pass along the fact that she has my possessions. She no longer has the right to possess them. And she is she now needs to return them to me, and I am telling you to pass along that message so that I don't violate your order to stay away from my daughter. Understood? Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Do you understand that I'm telling you that there is criminal law and there is civil law?
And I understand what kind of law there is, ma'am. Do you understand that I have stood in the middle of Superior Court and accused a judge of judicial malpractice? Do you understand?
I did not know that.
No, I'm sure you didn't, because you don't know who you're talking to.
I am actually familiar with you.
Well, you apparently are not very familiar with me because you're debating law with me. So with all due respect, Officer Drouin, please inform my daughter that I will respect her wishes for me to stay away from her, which I have been doing for several months, which you probably did not know either. I have not laid eyes on my daughter in a long time, nor have I spoken with her, because I do respect her rights. Okay? That is why you do not hear about me very often. So please do not patronize me and do not dishonor me. Thank you for the call.
Do you understand the difference between, please listen to me, okay? Do you understand the difference between civil law and criminal law?
Do you think I do or not?
I think
if you
do.
know who I am, do you think I understand the difference between civil and criminal law?
Do you understand that I cannot enforce civil law?
Yes, I understand that.
Okay, what I'm telling you is when you let somebody borrow something, that is a civil matter, not a criminal matter.
Do you understand?
I can't force her to give those items back to you. You have to sue her for them.
Do you understand that civil becomes criminal when the giver relinquishes the giving and requires the return of that item? And the receiver
into an agreement with
that is not true. You need to go to law school. You need to understand what the law says, because you're not correct.
Okay, I am correct. I actually had you read me the law over the phone.
Well,
it's theft by an authorized taking.
I'm not going to debate the law. I'm not going to debate the law with somebody who is trained to ignore the law, okay? Especially constitutional. So I'm not going to debate your role, officer, if that's what you are. You're paid by the state. I pay taxes. Therefore, I pay your salary. Therefore, you are a public servant. You are a public agent. You are sworn to uphold and protect my rights, not corporations and not the state's. I have a right to possess my property. I have a right to possess my property. I have told you that I want my property back. It is now a criminal matter because she no longer has authority to possess it. So I'm going to end this useless conversation, which started out for absolutely no reason whatsoever except for my daughter wanting to cause trouble. Okay? She has a problem that she doesn't want to talk with me about. I've been trying to get her to speak with me civilly and peacefully. She refuses to speak with me. I have not harassed her, as evidenced by no complaints by her about me. This is the only time you will hear about it. I would appreciate if you would pass along my message to her and read the law when you get off the phone. You have a good evening.
Okay.